guys, and welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to talk about Tides of Vengeance content update note. So we're going to talk about the whole patch note for the next patch. The patch first went live in Europe today, and yesterday it was in the States. Currently I'm actually in the States, in the state called Minnesota. That is probably why you can see my background is a bit different. I'm actually in a hotel right now, and I haven't been able to create videos because I didn't have a microphone, but I just got a Blue Yeti, so you can see this one here. So Blue Yeti, this one here, a new very good friend helped me getting this Blue Yeti, and he was like the one who pushed me to actually get it, and I think I'm quite happy for that. So enough about life stories, let's talk about actually the content that we are going to look on in this patch. So I will not go into 100% details of what we're actually going to look on, but let's just see the patch notes, what it's actually about. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the allied races that we're getting in the game. So we're getting the allied races, Kultiran humans, and Sandalari trolls. These two new races are, well, it's not for sounding like a jerk, but the reason for why I basically bought Battle for Azeroth also was because I wanted to play a Sandalari troll. And then they first released the race 7 months later than they released the game. I'm kind of disappointed of that, but else they are here now, so I'm happy for that. Everything is good. So let's just enjoy them and put all the negative things to the side. And let's just say woohoo, the races are out, let's start the game again. Beside that, we're also getting new quests. We get a new war campaign. So the new war campaign continues, and if you complete the war campaign on both Alliance and Horde, you will get a mount. Well, actually you will get 2 mounts. Tools of trade, so that means all the professions is now getting all the professions will get like a bonus thing. You will get a quest where you can unlock some cool things. So if you're into professions, you will get a lot of cool new things. Then we have Magni Bronzebird that will also continue the quest where we're going to save the Heart of Azeroth and the Earth Mother. Also, the Hunters is getting a quest where they actually can get Hati as the pet again. So if you remember from Legion, Beastmaster had the pet called Hati. We are basically going to meet Hati again and kind of get him back. Also, world quests, we are beginning to be attacked by Nagas. So you know, we just had the raid open where basically Alliance and Horde is killing each other. Now the Nagas is seeing this as an opportunity to attack us while we actually are killing ourselves. So the Nagas is trying to take over the world, you could say in meantime, because in patch 8.2 the big invasion from the Naga is coming, and we will probably soon see something to 8.2 on the test servers. Also, we're getting a new Tertullian world quest. So you know the quest called A Turtle Made It to the Water. Well, now we get a new quest that is called A Turtle Made It to the Water, not on your watch. This time you're going to play as a crab and not going to be playing as the, you can say, turtle defender. Now you're going to be the crab that is actually going to kill turtles. It's kind of, yeah, that's how it is. Also, we're getting Brawler's Guild back. So Brawler's Guild is, if you have played World of Warcraft for some covered time, you probably know Brawler's Guild. It's arena where you can go down and face NPCs. You can face monsters that will be bosses where you have to use special strategies to actually beat them. And while you fight in the Brawler's Guild, other people can stand next to you, well, around the arena, and watch you fighting this boss. It's kind of cool. Also, we're getting Winter Grasp. So Winter Grasp was you can say it was not a battleground, but it was a battleground world event we had back in Wrath of Lich King. Back in Wrath of Lich King, we had this Winter Grasp that you can queue up for, and then a lot of people will come into it, and we had a big war, and it was really fun. But now, Winter Grasp is getting added to Epic Battlegrounds. This is great because now we don't only have 2 battlegrounds as Epic Battleground. Now we have 3. So when you play Epic Battlegrounds, there's a much bigger array of battlegrounds we now can get, like 50% increase. Winter Grasp is featured as a brawl. Thereafter, you will find Winter Grasp as an Epic Battleground selection in the group finder. So that means right now it is a brawl. So that means you can just queue up for that specific, but soon it will be an Epic Battleground. Also, we're getting the new raid called Crucible of Storms. It only has 2 bosses, and it's going to be the Old Guards and Naga themed. So quite interesting to see what it actually will offer. Then we have Warlords of Draenor Time Walking. That's also a new thing. So we're getting Warlords of Draenor Time Walking. It's quite cool, and also with that you can see this is all the dungeons that will support it. And we got also 2 new mounts that you can get from getting these badges that you get from Time Warp badge, I think it's called, or something like that. And you can buy these 2 new mounts for it. It's quite cool. It's like a big elephant and a wolf. Then we also have the battleground updates. So Arity Basin and Warzone Gulch got a big full makeover. New map, new graphics, looks stunning. I mean, it's great that they actually update the battleground so the game looks like something from this year and not like, yeah, when the game actually released back in 2004. Also, a little cool text here. This is actually some of the features I've been waiting for. Check out how Arity Basin now looks with the new brawl, Arity Comp Stomp. And you and other players will team up against AI enemies starting the week of March 19. So that means next week we will get a brawl where you basically go into Arity Basin and you don't face other people. You face AIs. So like when you do islands, so the expedition islands, you also face off AIs. So now you will face off AIs in a battleground. I mean, that sounds for me like a really lot of fun. So, but next week we will be trying to get this one, and we can see how it will work. So pet battle, many new fierce little counterparts are now here to fight you. So we have, you can say, like new pet battles. Also we can do raiding with leisure fee. Wondrous new companies have discovered in 3 Mists of Pandaria raids. So in the Mist of Pandaria raids there will be some new battle pets that you can actually go against. It will be in Morgushan Walls, Terrors of the Endless Spring and Heart of Fear. Collect all 11 mighty tiny beings to experience happiness and earn happiness. A unique new pet could also come from Pandaria. Also there's a new mechanical parrot quest, so where you can get actually a new pet. We have new portal rooms. So in Stormwind and in Orgrimmar we're basically getting portal rooms. So you will be able to have these portal rooms where you can go into these portal rooms and there's portals. So the portal room in Stormwind is placed in the old mage tower, and for Orgrimmar it's at the entrance. So when you go into Orgrimmar at the main entrance, you will not be able to miss it. It will be in there. Also we have holiday updates. So we have some updates for Children's Weeks has been updated with new quests, new rewards, new 4 pets, and Kultiran and Sandalarian orphans. Other holiday additionals include Darkmoon Fairs have also got some upgrades, and we also get some new micro holidays. We have gotten Luminius in July, Free T-shirt Day in August, and Wondrous Festival in December. Going to be interesting. Then we also have some new achievements. So for example, we have 2 sides of every tale. Rewards the player will... Basically what they're saying is when you have completed the full war campaign and the new war campaign with Alliance and Horde, you get this achievement and you get 2 mounts. The Bloodflame Charger, that is a horse, and the Ironclad Frostwolf, that is a wolf. Also Blizzard has increased, so you can actually have the limit of number of characters that can be created on a realm has been removed. The account-wide character limit remains at 50. So that means you can now create, well, your account can have 50 characters, but you can actually now create 50 characters on one realm if you wanted. I have no idea why you would create 50 characters on one server, but you can do it. So you can create 50 characters now on any realms, but again, it's only 50 characters for your maximum account, remember that. Classes. So I've already been a bit through classes with my other class guide I made, but let's just go through this again because maybe you didn't see the other one. So first of all, we have Aspect of the Turtle, Dispersions and Neverwalk can now be cancelled by pressing the button a second time after a short delay. So this is quite cool because before when you wanted to actually cancel Aspect of the Turtle, Dispersion and Neverwalk, you basically have to go up to your buff in the right top corner, right click on it and disable it. But now you can actually disable it by clicking on the button again. But it's a good thing that it's after a short delay, because if it was like immediately, people will probably misclick 2 times on the spell and you disable it. So that's a good thing. So Death Knights, it's a very small change. Using items such as Trinket and Potions will now cancel Ref Walk. That is everything for Death Knights. You can go home now, Death Knight. Have a good night. Druids. Entangling Roots mana cost reduced by 66%. Hibernate mana cost reduced by 60%. Incarnation Chosen of Ilion now grant 40 Astral Power. That's a boost. When you use Incarnation, it now give you 48 Astral Power. And if you have the Balance spec Celestial Alignment, now instantly generate also 40 Astral Power. So instead of it just increases your damage, and I think it's damage and haste, it also now gives you instant 40 Astral Power. That's quite cool. Hunters. Concussive Shot now has an additional visual effect on the target's feet. Okay, that's pretty cool. Juggernaut pets from Siege of Orgrimmar are now able to be tamed when at or above level 90. Juggernaut pets from Siege of Orgrimmar is the raid from Mist of Pandaria, the last raid, but Juggernaut pets. I better Google that. Binding Shot root duration increased to 8 from 5. So it was 5 seconds, but now it's 8. Okay. Beast Mastery, oh, that's the big buff. So Barbed Shot damage is increased by 125%. Barbed Shot bleed damage now ignores the target armor, so that's even more than 125%. And Cobra Shot now damage increased by 25. Marksmanship. Explosive Shot will now blow up after 3 seconds at the target's location, even if the target dies while Explosive Shot is applied to them. Oh, that's quite cool. Survival. Carve rank 2 now reduces Wildfire Bomb cooldown starting at level 62. Was level 828. Now reduces Wildfire Bomb's cooldowns. Okay, so now Carve is reducing the cooldown of Wildfire Bomb. That's weird. Monk Windwalker. If your primary target of Fist of Fury is dead or despawns, a new primary target will be picked for dealing bonus damage. Oh, that's quite cool. So if you actually do trash mob damage and some of the mobs dies, it actually deals bonus damage to the new primary target. Fury of Sion's stacking buff is now cancelled when an encounter begins. Okay. Avenging Wrath now calls your next Holy Shock, Light Projector, or Templar's Verdict, or Divine Storm to a critical strike. And it's only the first one. So that means when you use Avenging Wrath, that is your wings, the next even Holy Shock, Light Protector, Templar's Verdict, or Divine Storm will actually be 100% critical strike. It's a kind of buff, little buff, that's fine. Blessing of Freedom mana cost reduced by 53%. Blinding Light mana cost reduced by 25%, and Repentance mana cost reduced by 40%. So for some reason they're reducing the mana of all the, you can say, mobility, stunning and sapping spells, also for the druids. Kind of weird. Then we have the Priest. Dispel Magic mana cost reduced by 60, Mind Control mana cost increased by 200, Mind control mana cost increased by 200. Wow. Physical Scream mana cost reduced by 60%. Shoggle Undead mana cost reduced by 70%. Okay. Holy, Simple Hope's channeling time reduced to 5 seconds was 6 and is now affected by haste. The amount of mana returned is unchanged. Symbol of Hope can now be correctly cast while in Spirit Redemption. Okay. Rogues. Player who select the Vigor talent is now resurrect with the full energy. Oh, that's kind of cool. Outlaw. Adrenaline Rush now increase maximum energy by 50 for its duration. Oh, that's cool. Shaman. Purge mana cost reduced by 50. Earthquake Totem mana cost reduced by 75. Restoration. Ascendance now additionally causes an instantaneous heal divided over all nearby allies. Ascendance no longer replicate healing from spouting spirits. Earthbind Totem now costs 400 mana, was 0 mana. Hide Tide now displays a spell alert while active. Okay, that's probably quite cool. And then we have Demolish Warlock. Demonic Core has now has a spell alert graphic. Implosion and Power Siphon can no longer be used if you do not have any wild imps. Implosion will now show the number of your active imps on the bottom. Okay. Creatures. A few of the rarest creatures in Azeroth again can only be looted by the first group to engage them. This includes Anox, Alani and Time Lost Protodrake. A few of the rarest creatures in Azeroth again can only be looted by the first group to engage them. Okay, so before actually 3 different groups could attack it and they all get loot, but now it's only the first group. Okay. Dungeons. Credit for the Emissary of War weekly quest now requires complete all dungeons objective. Previously requested only the last boss. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Several non-boss enemies have been removed in Mythic Keystone dungeons, while teaming is active. Okay, so when teaming, the Mythic effect is active, several non-boss enemies have been removed. Okay. Tormented souls will now try to get closer to their target before casting Gravebolt. Many low health creatures in dungeon will no longer trigger on death affixes in Mythic Keystone dungeon, such as animated droplet of Dredger's Sailor and the Shrine of Storm. King's Rest Mythic Keystone time limit is increased by 3 minutes. Okay. Adding a warning visual to Suppression Slam. Shrine of the Storms, Mythic Keystone, the limit increase. Okay, so key is also limited here by increased by 3 minutes. Shrine Temple now create a Rising Soul when reaping is active. Rip Mine cast time increased to 3 seconds, was 2. And Siege of Boralos, Call of the Deep missile reduced by 40. So more dungeon stuff, Island Expeditions. Added Island Expedition armor tokens to the Seafarer doubloon window for players leveling through islands to create gear for their item level. The token are bind on accounts so players with excess doublons can buy them and send them to their alts. Oh, so you can basically now farm islands and buy gear. Updated Seafarer doubloon specs so that at least one will always drop from an island expedition victory. This changes significantly increase the amount of doubloons a player will get as they complete their weekly islands. How much is it here? Damn, we have a lot of things in this. Okay, so we have items. Chrome Stonearm in Ironforge Hall of Explorers and Estel Grenadin of Ogrima's Main Gate now offer new Battle-Hardened Heirloom upgrade tokens. Okay, yeah, basically you can get a Heirloom item 120. The cost to purchase all Heirloom upgrade tokens have been reduced, and that is good. In Incandescent Silver and Diamond Laced Refracting Price Trinket are now cleared constantly on encounter, arena and battleground starts. All quest rewards from Classic through the Walls of Draenor expansion now have a changed upgrade up to epic quality. Item level of rare and epic rewarding classic through Walls of Draenor have been increased slightly in some cases. Unique items that drop from rare enemies in classic through Mist of Pandaria content now also have a chance to upgrade in quality. Okay, so the new thing they added in Legion, they kinda added that now to every part of the game. So when you quest, no matter where you are, your item can basically upgrade. That's quite cool. Heart of Azeroth. Whenever the cost of reforging a piece of Azeroth armor will be higher than 1000 gold, there is now additional confirmation steps. Bonded Souls healing reduced by 40. Seductive Powers Bosamdi has been made easier to see. Death Knight. Hell Chain is now only visible to Death Knights and hostile players, and no longer damage totems. Magus of the Dead no longer melee attacks, and will no longer have small delay between casting its spell. Magus of the Dead's Frostball can now be dispelled. Okay. Beast Mastery. Feeding Frenzy's tooltip damage displayed has been lowered commensurate with Barbed Shot, now ignoring armor. Its total effective damage remains unchanged. Mage Brainstorm now activates Rules of Freeze. Monk Windwalker Glory of the Dawn now also deals 35% more damage during Storm, Earth and Fire. Shaman Roiling Storm now causes you gain Stormbringer every 30 seconds and cause Stormbringer empowered Storm Strikes to deal additional damage. Restoration. Ascendants no longer replicate healing from spawning spirits. And Warlock Demonology. Explosive potential haste granted reduced by 35. And I know a lot of players, I mean the last video I made about class changes, I didn't really understand what this was. And a lot of players have been hitting me up for that one and saying that it's like very big nerf. So a lot of people is like basically saying that Demolish is like not a spec anymore. But yeah, I'm not maining Demolish, so I will probably not be able to comment on that one, but yeah. Then we have player versus player. Players who have earned their seasonal mount reward in rated PvP may now progress toward earning visual saddle up to a maximum of 10 visual saddles per season. That's quite cool. The PvP consumable window now also sells glider kits. Rated battleground. It is no longer possible to queue rated battlegrounds with more than 3 healers on your 10-player team. Okay. I guess that's fine. Why should you ever have more than 3 healers? Temple of Kotmuk. 4 new healing power-ups appear in the background. The names of 4 capture points are now labeled on the map. In Eye of the Storm. Seething Shore. The time for new Azurite mining node to spawn from a geyser has been increased by 10 seconds. This change is intended to slightly slow down the Seething Shore quick pace so that players have more time to reach far away Azurite spawns. Some areas of the map, such as Bonfire Waterfall, are now labeled on the map so players can better call out areas to teammates. A new power-up come out of the supply drop. Speed up, resets all your cooldown and increase your haste for short duration. I mean, Seething Shore is probably the background I hate most, but yeah. Isle of Conquest. An additional glaive thrower is now available at the docks. Okay, that's pretty cool. So instead of 2 glaive throwers, it's actually 3 now. Glaive throwers now have more health. That's also good. The catapult vehicle at the docks now has new abilities. Hurl, Plate Barrel. Oh, so they can actually also deal damage now. But it probably only to players. Gate health now appears more clearly when mousing over them. Thank you for that. Altac Valley. The ritual to summon Luk Holar, the Ice Lord, and Ibis, the Forest Lord, should no longer fail. The amount of Iron Deep and Cold Teeth supplies required to start a ground assault has been reduced approximately by 50%. In PvP, Druid Cyclone mana cost is reduced by 33 and Fawn's mana cost increased by 50. Hunters in PvP, Tar Trap will no longer break an enemy player out of stealth if they are the one to activate the trap. Discipline Priest, Premonition now costs 500 mana, was 0. And a Holy Word concentration mana cost increased by 20. Ray of Hope now costs 3000 mana, was 0. And Demon Armor on Warlocks increases armor by 150 and was 275. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Warrior Sword and Board now increase critical strike by the current amount. Okay. Inscription has some small changes. The Estimate Mage has written a new technique, Glyph of Dvalin Brilliance. Yeah, okay, so mages can get a glyph where they can change the buff they make intellect on, so it doesn't look like a normal buff, but it's a Dalaran buff. Skinning Beast in the Monk class hall now awards classic skinning points. Rewards. Bosses in Battle of Dasalar and Crucible of Storms now drop 450 artifact power, was 250. Emissary quest whose primary reward is Azurite now grants 1500, was 1000. Artifact power rewards in weekly mythic keystones reward cash reward cache has been increased by 500 AP at each level. Artifact power rewarded in weekly PvP reward cache has been increased by 500 for each PvP rank. Oh, okay, so like how much rating you have. Honor-bound and the 7 Legion reputation vendors now sell an account-bound cache of war resource that can be sent to your alts. Okay. Interface. The key bindings for selecting a specific action bar page, shift 1 to 6, page forward, shift mouse wheel up, paging and paging backwards, shift blah blah blah, has been reset. These can be rebound in the action bar section to the key binding menu. Okay. Visual improvements have been made to many PvP battleground object trackers. Sorry. A lot of words to say. New assassin and flag carry nameplate badges now appear on characters in world PvP. The difficulty level a piece of dungeon or raid gear from Legion and Battle of Azeroth content is now displayed when viewing items in Appearance UI. Raid profiles now auto activate the group size setting as intended. World. Several transportation portals in previous expansion content have been removed, and non-raid boss training dummies in capital cities now scales with your level. Non-raid boss training dummies in capital cities now scale with your level. I mean, that was on time. I mean, it was so annoying that you have, when you go to the dummies and beat them, it says like 1 million damage, but it's like, come on. But now it's actually scales. That's quite cool. Companion app. So you know the app you can download on your iPhone or Android. Added calendar support, manage personal, community and guild events, and view upcoming events. That's cool. Added support for WoW community and guild chat. Also cool. Added support for new world quests. So now you can actually watch your calendar in the World of Warcraft app and see when events and holidays is happening. Then we have a lot of bug fixes. I really don't want to talk about that. It's just hot fixes. And we have the comments section. So that was pretty much the patch notes for patch 8.15. And I mean, Blizzard said 8.15, you know, every time a patch is called 0.5, they said it would be small patches. But this doesn't look like a small patch. It looks like a big patch. But they're probably in a hurry and they want to push out data and push out new things so people actually get excited for it. Also, we are soon getting the patch 8.2 in the future. So that was going to be kind of interesting to see. Yeah. But I think that was the whole patch note for patch 8.1.5. And yeah, so leave down a comment. What do you guys think about this new patch? Are you quite excited for the patch? Are you disappointed? Are you hyped for the patch? I mean, for me, it's quite cool. I want to go in and play now and see all the new things. So for me, I'm kind of hyped. And the first thing I'm probably going to do is trying the new Winter Grasp. So thank you guys for watching. Really hope you have it enjoying your day. And yeah, I'm still staying in the US, in Minnesota, for the next couple of days. So tomorrow and Friday, and then I will go home Friday later, and I will be home for like Saturday, and you will be seeing my normal room again with all my normal equipments. But of course I'm taking this Blue Yeti with me. So thank you guys for watching and have a great evening. Cheers from Minnesota.